everybody, and I am Yolanda from FFG, and I'm sure by now y'all have figured out that I have a love for snowmen if you've been watching our channel. These are snowmen made out of pom-poms using 3 different sizes. Of course, the little one in the middle just has 2 different sizes. Use the pom-poms and keep them uniformity. You have these pom-pom makers. They're very easy to use, very quick. I've already made the large one for the base of our snowman, and I've made the medium size one. So I'm going to do the small one on camera, just because it'll be the one that take the least time. Different people do them different ways. I prefer to start on the back and wrap, going around like you normally would if you were winding something. Some people prefer to go backwards instead of forwards. It's one of those things that kind of have to play around with and see what works best for you. I love this cotton. It's a fluffy, really soft yarn. Just because, you know, snowmen are fluffy, they're white, they're not exactly, they wouldn't be staying white if people were playing in them and rolling them across your yard properly, but, you know, you can have the thought that a snowman will be staying white. See, I'm just continuing to wrap this around. You're going to get it pretty full, almost level with the thing. And if you accidentally get some over the edge, just push them back, pull it down. So we're done with this side. You're going to close it. You're going to wrap it through the clip and pull it. I always leave just a little bit of an extra tail so I know where it is and snip it. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. There, our cameraman wants to show it first. Now my son, our youngest kid gamer, likes to take them off the mold after I'm done. After you've got them all to the point they're cut, they're tied, he seems to enjoy taking them off. So I'm just going to keep wrapping this. As you can tell, the small ones take no time to do. So this would be an easy project you could do with your, if you have a younger daughter. I guess you could do it with your sons too if they like to craft with you. We're going to get this one nice and full again, just like the other side. Okay. Close it just like we did the other one. So now, let the cameraman have that. That's what it looks like before we start trimming. Then we have the piece of string here. And now you're going to go in through the little grooves right here with your pointed scissors. I've seen videos where they use really big scissors. I just can't do that. They're too big, too bunglesome. I'm worried about cutting myself. So you just take it and put it right in the center and you snip. And it's not going to, be easy. The yarn is pretty thick. That's the reason you should have a very sharp pair of scissors to do this. Okay, now there's one side cut. We're going to do the other one. Same thing. It's going to take a little bit to get through that yarn. Okay. That is what I use. It's a little pair of embroidery scissors. Now you're going to take your piece of yarn, and you can see the grooves in the pom-pom maker. You're just going to put the yarn in that groove. Try to make it pretty even, like so. And then you're going to tie a knot. You want to make sure you get it nice and tight down in there. Most people just do the one knot on one side. I, on the other hand, just because I know me, if there's a way to mess it up and it all come off and make a mess, I would be able to do it. So, I also do another one on the other side. So, now that it's knotted, this is what it looks like before you take it off. Okay. Now the pom-pom maker has a little lips on them, like so. You can see with these, you're just going to pull those out of there. It's going to be a little challenging to get them off because you know you have all that yarn. So then this is what it looks like before you take it off. You get the two sides open. You're going to take both of the white pieces on either side and you're going to pull. Okay. And sometimes where you've had your yarn knotted on the thing, it comes off. That's no biggie. Then you just pop it back together and it's good to go. You can just put it away like so. Now, to get them together, we're going to take the big one, the big pom-pom, and the medium one. Take your strings that you use to tie them, and you're going to tie them together. Use one, I do the two strings separately, just because that way I know, yet again, we have two nice knots. Now you're going to take and trim these leftover strings that are sticking out down to be the rest, like the rest of the size of the snowman, and you're going to snip them. Okay, before we add the small one, we've got dowel rods. I think these are the 1/4 of an inch or so. I've got a 5-inch one. You have a 4.5 inch. Just kind of depending on what size you're going to be making. And then you're going to stick it up through the bottom of your snowman. You're going to have to kind of feel around. Well, it's not being cooperative there. There we go. We're making progress now. Okay. Here. This one just did not want to behave at all. There we go. Okay. So, now here. As you can tell, now with the smaller one, we're just going to go ahead and snip its strings because you can't tie it on easily. And get this one on here. It's likely to be impossible to. Okay. Now see, with the gist of that, you have it where it'll stand up on its own now. It won't fall over. Now, as you can tell if you look, this poor little snowman has some wild pieces. So just take your scissors, give it a little haircut here and there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Snowmen aren't perfect. You can fluff up the yarn, that way you cover up the dowel rod. If you really don't like the dowel rod being as obvious, you know, you can put a little paint on it. Okay, so now we have a sitting snowman. Now for his scarf, I went ahead and did this ahead of time. I took 6 pieces of yarn that was about 15 inches long, and I braided it, put a knot on each end, braided it all the way, and then frayed the end so it would kind of have the look of your fluffy fringy part on the end. Then what I did with after that is I folded it in half, put it around the snowman, just did the loop through, kind of like if you were wearing it yourself. And there you have another snowman. You can put a felt hat on it. You can do a fleece hat. You can use little black pom-poms and give them eyes, give them button, have your look like your buttons on the front of the snowman. Just kind of depends on what you want to do, how much detail you want to go into. We'll be working on a project in the future with the little guy here. He will be going on a wreath. We haven't got that far yet into that project, but it will be coming up soon. I want to thank everybody for watching. Goodbye.